Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Mailbox Power Mastermind Call that happens every single Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 Central, 11 Eastern Time, which is Lulu and Alan. Kimberly, you're
Pacific time.
Pacific, and so is Linda. So we're right in between. Well, not quite right in between everybody. We're more mid country.
Mhm.
So we like to start the week with mailbox power wins. So if there's any wins that anybody would like to share for the week, Lulu.
Just plugging away here. My card that I sent out, uh, just asking any of my customers if they need any help. That's, still going. And I signed up two new members this week.
Awesome.
Huge win. That's a big win.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, she's been on a roll for a while now. Watch out. Ellen.
Yes, I got a couple actually. I've been trying to get out there and do a little bit of networking in the various areas I've been in my history or career, and we have we call it the firm team, but we're all legal vendors, and we meet monthly up in Scottsdale. And that meeting was last week, and it was excellent. I think they're going to ask me to present in the new year, which is exciting. And I met a young lady who was a digital marketer, and she said, "My God, we need direct mail."
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys have seen the Loeb booklet for this year about trends, but they basically say direct mail is the MVP of your marketing mix, and you need to pay attention. So I handed some of those cards out. I connected with a startup Gilbert law firm, husband and wife combo through LinkedIn, another avenue that I like to stay up on. And then lastly, also on LinkedIn, I met a loan officer, and we're going to do a Zoom call tomorrow to see how we can't help each
Woo!
other.
Yeah,
So, hooray.
I'm excited. You're really turning a corner, Alan, and we're excited to see your mailbox power grow. I know you've struggled in the past with how do I do this with what I'm doing now, but I really see you. I see what you turn in the corner like Mike and I did years ago and the change of mindset and just I'm excited to see where your business goes in the next 6 months to a year.
Well, me too, and I'll be needing your help to do that. And shoot, I figure for any of us, if we can get one connection like I had three last week, we're in great shape.
Yep. Exactly.
So
Exactly. Lulu, did you have a
I just want to say that one of the customers that I signed up is a roofing company, and they were spending about $6,000 a month doing direct mail and like those magazines that come in the mail, whatever. And so they had a QR code, but it just said, that somebody scanned it. They were getting these leads, free leads, and but not no name. So anyway, they were spending about $6,000 a month on this whole thing. They had to do all the work, and they had to go in and check and see who did what or whatever. Anyway, we figured it out. They're probably going to wind up spending between $2,000 and $3,000 a month with mailbox power, but they're going to get names and addresses and the dynamic QR code and all those free postcards and be able to set up a whole, um, direct mail campaign and target neighborhoods. So they were
Mhm.
doing a lot of spray and pray. And I mean, imagine saving that kind of money every month and getting better results. So that's what we're working on. It's going to be a little bit to get everything going and in place, but um,
well, and Lulu, you say the savings that they're going to have. imagine, and I'm betting, I could be wrong, most of those companies that are doing spray and pray are doing that type of marketing and they're not doing any thanking of their current customers. If they do the 2 to 3, but they were spending 6, set those companies up with the expectation of spending another $1,000 or whatever it is once they've gotten an appointment to do a roof inspection for a potential roof, whatever it is, and send a 2-pack or a 4-pack of brownies or something, the sugar cookies, with a thank you for the opportunity. And that will just skyrocket those returns on top of it, and yet they're still spending less. But
Oh, yeah.
set that expectation, and I didn't always do that, and I'm trying to do that now. If I see somebody that's spending a lot of money, I want to use up not all of it, but I want to, they're already got that in their mind that they're spending that much.
Yeah.
Let's show them a way to spend about the same or just a little less, get marketing and client nurturing for the same price. Does that make sense?
Exactly. Oh, we're already doing that. I
Awesome.
did set that expectation, and they've got sales guys on the street. So I said, each sales guy is going to have their own, customer,
Group.
their own group, and all you guys have to do, they hand in their stuff at the end of the day, and you know, this comes from Mike, this comes from Joe, whatever. So they were like astonished that they could do something like that.
So this is off the top of my head because I've had other companies that have a lot of sales reps in the team or out in the field. And a lot of times it comes back to being on the corporate to do it. What if corporate had some kind of a bonus or something that if, as the roofing inspector or salesperson left, they had their own QR code because they're going to have a different group because it's got to be from them. So you're going to have a different group for every thank you. I had a mortgage company do this. So they have their own QR code for that group. And at the end of doing the roof inspection, they don't ask the customer to do it, but they go out to the truck and they put all the contact information for that client, that address. And now corporate doesn't have to do it. It's already done as they're leaving the house. And if it gets bogged down at the corporate office, the admin, they're not behind. And if you get
Wow.
behind, then it's not as impactful.
I love this. I totally love this. And it reminded me of something else they want to do. When their guys are out in the field, if they see a house that looks like it might need a new roof, they want to have a way to reach out to those people, but they won't necessarily have a name because they're just driving by and they might see my house, but they don't know. So I have to figure out a way. How can we solve that? Like get that person's name.
Well, there's lots of ways to get that name. You and I can,
Okay, good.
at least in Colorado, you can go to the El Paso County records, your county records. There's ways to get the name, but put them in a group. Again, have a QR code or a link, not a QR code, but a link that all the sales reps have to the same automation that will go out and fill that in, or to have a Google sheet or something that they put it in that then somebody at the office can go find the names but
Oh,
let's think
okay.
about that. I'm sure there's ways to do that.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we can talk off
Yeah.
camera for that.
And I just wanted to say welcome to a few people that have not been on the call. MKM, I think we've seen you before, but it's been quite a while since we've seen you. Regina, I think it's been a while since we've seen you. Sandy's been in and out. And I know Andrea's been in and out with all of her back and forth, California, Vegas, Colorado. So I just wanted to say welcome to those that aren't always on the call. We appreciate you being here. Anyone else have any
I've
wins?
been watching replays for months, and
Awesome.
I met you briefly in Salt Lake City,
Yep.
and I know Luna a little bit better because we stayed in the same hotel, but
Yep.
I met Andrea, so nice to see familiar faces, and I always get a nugget every time I listen. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else? Awesome. Well, we're finishing out the year. I mean, let's face it, we are a little over a week away from Thanksgiving. Let me do my countdown, 9 days. So less than 10 days till Thanksgiving, 36 till Christmas, and 43 days until the new year. And many people, I just talked to somebody Friday that said it's too late to do Thanksgiving cards. It's not too late, but obviously you need to be talking to those people in the next couple of days. And I'm a firm believer that it's never too late to send a card. Even if it shows up a few days after Thanksgiving, you're still ahead of the holiday crowd. You're still thanking your customers for helping you to build your business this year. So it's not, the message isn't, it's not too late. But it's also the time of year, last week at my BNI, the accountant CPA got up and talked about getting receipts ready for the end of the year. And this is the time of year that businesses, if they have a good relationship with their CPA, their accountant, their bookkeeper, this is the time of year that those people are saying, you know, you really need to spend another $5,000 or you need to spend $10,000 to help with your tax liability, whatever it is, because you're starting to look at your year-end books and how well you did, or where you suffered and you didn't do as well. And so this is the time of year to be asking for connections to CPAs, accountants, those type of people that are kind of guiding their clients to spend more money, because you are a perfect person for them to go to and buy a year-long membership of the pro or the executive and have their marketing base, not all of their marketing, but their base already paid for next year. And if they don't need that, they're right now planning it. Many people have already done their budget for next year, but there's a lot of small businesses that this is the time of year, especially if it's a business like the construction business, at least here in Colorado, you can't do roofs in the wintertime too much. Your painters that do outside, they tend to slow down. Your concrete, your decks, all of those type of businesses slow down this time of year. And this is when they're thinking about next year and what do I need to do differently in my marketing. So let's talk about that a little bit. How can we help them? That's what I wanted the discussion to be about, is year-end spending / prep for 2025 for your clients and for yourself. Suzanne.
Good morning. You just reminded me of something that we had discussed a while ago, is that people who do in your areas that do outside work, painting and roofing and so forth, they can change and they can put up Christmas lights and they can, so it's something you can kind of encourage them to think about doing something else other than just their regular job. Anyway, but that popped into my head.
No, that's perfect, Suzanne, because the other thing I generally talk to people about that have those seasons, those ebbs and flows in their business, not everybody is perfect for Mailbox Power, but a lot of those people are salesmen. They're out selling concrete or fence. They know how to sell. They're commission, what I would call commission hounds. They've been working in a commission-based business or their own business for a long time. And why not add another stream of income? Because generally when those professions are not doing well, That's our peak season for Mailbox Power. And if they're good salespeople and they have a good network, it's a way to fill the gap during those slow periods. So it's a good time to build your team of affiliates. So thank you for that, Suzanne. That's awesome. Anybody
And
else?
just what I was
Oh,
going to
go
say,
ahead.
just one other thing is that I have a couple customers, and I know you probably do too, who just sign up for the month of December to send out Christmas cards.
Yep.
So I have been going around and encouraging people, saying, "Hey, you don't have to do this forever. Just do it for the month or for however long you need it,
Yep.
and get your cards out, and I'll help you if you need help."
Yep. This time of year, I am always, one of my asks is anybody who sent you a holiday Christmas card gift last year, especially if they used Walgreens, Walmart, Tiny Prints, Snapfish, Shutterfly, all of those type of things, because the majority of them, some of them are starting now to do it for them and will mail them. But generally, the companies that do that, they charge them for the stamp plus a fee to stuff it in the envelope. And we don't do that. And our prices are already less than most of those companies unless they have a super good coupon code. And even with the coupon code, that's only for them to do it themselves. By the time you're mailing it, and the service fees for them to mail it for you, if they do that, ends up putting it higher than usually than what ours is, even with the coupon codes. So ask for family and friends that are like I had a one-on-one and I said to him, the people that you get a card from, he's like, I got to go back and find my cards and figure out who that is. I said, no, I can promise you, you probably know at least 5 or 10 people every year that you always hear from this time of year and never hear from them any other time of the year. Those are the people that you should be asking for introductions to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Any other thoughts or any other challenges, questions? Have you looked at the new gift guide? The new landing page is up. Lulu has, yep. I have too.
Yep.
I like the new gift guide because they added the other holidays like Thanksgiving, which in my humble opinion, Thanksgiving should be the primary at the front, and Christmas, happy holidays, seasons, greetings at the back. But
Can't
that's
get
just
everything you
me.
want.
That's just me. But
Like, I
we
would
have
agree.
them.
Yeah. I mean, we should go in order of when we have these holidays, but
Yep.
I can't remember, in the gift guide, does it also have New Year's cards?
I'm pretty sure it did. Mike's in there right now, I think.
Yeah.
Look in the gift guide and see if New Year's is in there. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know I looked at it, but I don't
I
remember.
can't remember either.
Um,
I'm thinking
so-
not, but
no, there's New Year's
is
right
there?
there.
Oh, good.
There's at least one New Year's in there. I think there was more than that. But maybe not. There's at least one New Year. No, 2, 3. There's at least 3 New Year's cards in there. And those are great for the especially the health and wellness. I said to the health and wellness lady last week, I'm meeting with her, I think it's tomorrow via Zoom, to help her she used it before. She didn't use it as much as she'd like. She's like, no, this time I really want to use it. I need to use it. And so I said to her, it's a great time, send Thanksgiving and then send New Year's, because some people are worried about all the weight they're going to put on for the holidays. So why not prepare to not put as much weight on and then take it off? So health and wellness, it's great to do both. to not get discouraged about the holidays. Kimberly, you had your hand up.
I think there's always a reason to say thank you. It's not
Mhm.
really locked into Thanksgiving, but
Yep.
that was the biggest tip I got from Mailbox Power was to hone in on giving thanks and make it less about Christmas because you don't know personally how people celebrate it or
Right.
if they even do. So I believe that I'm going to be tacking in a little thank you to my New Year's that we're
Yep.
taking our partnership, relationship, or whatever into 2025. So
Love it.
I'm just excited that I've been able to share that with my people on my team, and they're like, "Wow, yeah, that's right, giving thanks." So it's
Yep.
definitely there's always a reason, and there's always a time to thank.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And something that you said made me think that the cards, the language on the inside of the cards may not always be exactly what you want it to be. Well, that's when you go to Chat GPT or you go to Magic Write in Canva and you say, hey, would you please, based on all the other language or based on what you've given me in the past in my tone of voice, would you please write me a thank you card to all of my clients to be put in a New Year's type card? And, I've been doing that a lot more lately. I didn't used to, but as AI becomes better, the first few rounds, I was like, no, that's not really me. And I could take a little bit from this suggestion and a little bit from that one. And I kind of had to play with it quite a bit. But I'll tell you, it is really improved. And a lot of times I'm like, dang, that's good. I'm going to use it as is, or just a few tweaks. And so explore using AI in your business, especially when you're writing.
Ooh.
Speaking of AI, I thought we had that when we're creating cards. Or aren't we supposed to have that little thing where
So I
I,
think it depends on the editor you're in because sometimes I see it and
I never
sometimes
see
I
it.
don't.
Never see it.
It
I always see it.
What?
Okay, so Kimberly, what are you using? Chrome? Are you using Safari? What are you using?
I use Edge, Microsoft
At
Edge.
Microsoft Edge. And I use Microsoft Edge a lot. I do use uh
I use Chrome.
and I do use Chrome sometimes. Um so it might have to do with the browser. It might
Yep.
have to do with the capability of the browser. So I would say play with go try the other browsers and
Fine, I'll
see.
just use AI. I'll just use ChatGPT.
But I
I,
mean, if it's there, it might be worth it to at least not always use it, but whenever you need that, instead of going into Chat GPT, you can do it right in the card
Yeah, that's
versus
true. All right.
so be open to technology. That's oops. What'd you do, Mike? I can't see him. Somebody had their hand up. I see
It,
Sandy.
it's just me. Lulu, it's really easy. I use Chrome a lot, but this summer I keep I also Microsoft Edge has Copilot
Hmm,
and I open both browsers when I'm in the mood. And really at first it was felt clunky. Now it's my go-to.
really?
It
All
really,
right.
honestly, I'm surprised. I'm right there with, Brenda. I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of fakey, doesn't sound like me, and then it just, kind of
You're you're talking about the AI in
yes.
Mailbox Power?
Not it. It's too for me. It's outside of the cards because I do a lot of writing, and so
Right.
Right.
I
Oh,
keep it out. But it's not. It wasn't that hard because I'm either going to sit here and rack my brain, and it's not going to come out.
that's not my problem.
Oh,
I use ChatGPT
All
and
the
Magic
time.
Write
Yeah.
all the time. I'm
oh,
talking about
okay.
the little thing, we are supposed to
It's
have it
in
in
our
Mailbox Power.
editor. Yes.
but I never see the button to press to, I saw it once when it first came out and I did use it, but it was way too wordy and
Maybe there's
whatever.
sometimes there's a glitchy, it's kind of fallen in a lot of other areas of my life too, where you're in a private thing with maybe you've bought a subscription and you're in this private app and people will talk like, why is that thing in my way? Or
Yeah.
wait, oh, look, what is that little thing up there next to the scanner?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Lulu, what is this quote button you refer to?
So we're supposed to have like an AI and it's supposed to, I think it says generate.
Yep. So
And
Mike's in a card. I'm going to see it's not on this one. Which are you in, Mike? Are you in
Edge.
Edge? Go to
so
Chrome.
when you open your text box, Alan,
Yep.
supposedly this little button's gonna appear above your text box that you can click on it and it will tell you it's like it's AI, but
Mhm.
I haven't seen that button since it first came out. So I thought, well, maybe it's because I make most of my own cards. Maybe it doesn't like me to do that. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
looking at mine and there's nothing there. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
remember seeing something also a long time ago.
so put it
Yeah.
in the chat, Lulu. Put it in the chat,
I'm
Suzanne, and
gonna.
ask. And then if you get an answer other than it's a different browser, please let us all know next week. Because
Okay.
I have seen it but it's inconsistent. Mike, if you add a text box, if you add a new text box, does it bring it up? Top right?
I know it shouldn't.
No, it didn't.
No.
No.
I'll
But yes, I have seen it. I have seen it and it's there sometimes and other times it's not.
I'll
So
find out. I'll take that task.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Anybody else? Anybody have any challenges or questions for Mike and I that we can help you with in your business, profession that you're really want to talk to and you're struggling with, or nobody?
No.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll call that a wrap. But definitely be talking about the holidays and preparing for 2025 with businesses. And I love what Lulu said early on about doing direct mail, and they were spending 6,000. If you're getting direct mail magazines at your house, or you're getting direct mail postcards, if you know any of those businesses, personally, or you can go to your BNI groups or your networking groups and hold up the magazine and say, if you personally know any of these businesses and can do a personal introduction, not just give me the number of the company, because I can pick up the phone and do a cold call. But if you personally know the marketing manager or the owner, I would love an introduction because I think that we can help them save money and get a better return on their investment. And say, I think. Don't say I can, because you never know how much they're spending. And you don't know the return they're getting. Some people are getting amazing returns from those, and then it's not worth it to make them switch. But if they're not getting amazing returns, why not try something new for 2025? So
Excellent.
with that, I hope you all have a fabulous week, and we will see you next Monday on the Mastermind Call. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Pause it.